Hey, what's up, guys? And today we're actually going to be talking about something that has happened multiple times before in the form of the Little Mermaid live action and the live action for Snow White, which raised a lot of controversies. And I know that the people and the opinions were divided. And it has happened again in the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. And I feel like, I can give my opinion here because I have watched the original works, which is like the cartoon movies that we used to watch, but then I found out that it was actually based off a book, and I did not know that. So let's get right into it. Um, what raised eyebrows was actually the casting for Astrid and Rothnat. So, you know, the biggest excuse that the people that are casting these actors give is, um, well, we're trying to be inclusive. You're not really being inclusive if you're excluding the people that are supposed to be represented by this movie, right? Um, which is like Scandinavian. We know that this movie is based off the Vikings, which are like Scandinavians, right? I've heard that the Astrid's actor is actually Scandinavian, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to point out three things that I feel like a lot of people look at when there is a live action remake of a certain movie. First being the accuracy to the plot line, the original plot line. So how accurate is the plot of this movie that you've created to the original plot line of what we've watched? Physical and ethnical accuracy of characters with the actors. So the actors that are playing the characters, how accurate they are as compared to the characters. And lastly, how the characters and the storyline is paced and portrayed. Since I haven't watched the movie, I cannot comment on the first and the third part. However, looking at the casting, I can comment on physical and ethnical accuracy. Correct. I'll just keep it short by saying three things. It is not inclusive when you exclude the group of people that the movie was supposed to represent. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not that hard to find someone who's both physical and ethnically accurate, which leads to the second point that I'm supposed to point here. I'm sure it's not that hard, right? That is my second point. It's not really that hard to find someone who has blonde hair, blue eyes, and has Scandinavian roots. I've heard that the actor that is playing Astrid, right? She is Scandinavian, but you can also tell that she has black roots, which means that she's not physically accurate despite being ethnically accurate. So that's where we hold our opinions. She should also be physically accurate. When we say that we do not like the casting of a movie, we're not actually criticizing the actors. We know the actors did a great job. She's very pretty, she's amazing, she's beautiful, but she's not accurate to the character that she's supposed to be playing. That's our issue. And our issue is with the production team, not with the actors. We're not criticizing the actors. And lastly, instead of like insulting the black people by giving them roles that aren't theirs, it's not original to them, it gives me the idea that the only way that it reads to me like the only way that the black people can be inclusive and empowered is if they steal characters or roles from someone else. Like, that's the only way they can have empowerment, is if they snatch it from someone else. It cannot be theirs original. Like, you wouldn't make Tiana white, you wouldn't make Mulan Hispanic. And you can also see this from how popular the Disney movies used to be versus how popular they are now. um like Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, and there was another movie. Yes, Aladdin. Correct. They were pretty popular. I watched those movies and they were amazing. Even though the plot lines were a bit strayed from the original ones, they kept the basic plot line still there. For example, in Cinderella, she did lose her shoe, and that's how the prince found her. That's the basic plot line. They did change the minor aspects of it. And if you look at these, I feel like the major issue is the casting, right? The casting for Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, everything was pretty accurate to how the characters are in the original works. As compared to now, it's like everything they're excluding, like the people that are supposed to be represented, giving it to someone else and telling them to feel empowered by it. It's not how that works. You're disrespecting both parties here. You're not being inclusive if you're excluding someone else while trying to be inclusive with someone else, correct? So like that is my opinion, and I am free to share it. And if you guys disagree, then do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.